Welcome back to the channel. I am Harvinder, and I'm excited to introduce today's podcast episode. We're diving into an intriguing new study that I received from NAR via email, and I found it so interesting that I wanted to share it with you all. This study highlights the impact of color complexity in images and how it influences social media engagement. As real estate professionals, we know how important visuals are for catching potential buyers' eyes online. But what makes certain images stand out more than others? This research, conducted by business professors, reveals that the complexity of colors in an image can play a crucial role in grabbing attention. The study examined thousands of Facebook posts, even utilizing eye tracking technology, and found some fascinating insights. Images with higher color complexity tended to capture more attention, but it doesn't end there. Timing, image size, and how text pairs with the image all make a difference in engagement. In today's episode, we will learn about these findings and explore practical tips on how to use color complexity to enhance our social media marketing for real estate. Together, we'll discover how more intricate visuals, the right posting times, and strategic text combinations can help your listing shine even brighter. Stick around and let's discover together how we can make our marketing more engaging and effective. Just a reminder, this podcast is recorded by two AI hosts. Your feedback is invaluable to us as it helps make the content even better for you. Don't forget to share your thoughts and any strategies you use in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and we can all learn together. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, Realtor Harvinder, for more valuable insights. All right, let's get it going.
We're talking about the science behind what makes certain images grab your attention online, especially on social media. You shared some fascinating research with me on this.
Absolutely. This goes way beyond just like, oh, that's a pretty picture. This is about understanding the psychology of what makes people stop scrolling and pay attention.
Right, and it all comes down to this idea of, and get ready for it, color complexity.
Sounds a little jargony, right?
It does. But honestly, it's a pretty simple idea once you wrap your head around it. Basically, think about a time you were like scrolling through Instagram or Facebook.
Or honestly, any social media feed these days, they all blend together.
Exactly. And you just kind of zoom past all these posts without really, seeing them.
Oh, 100%. It's like our brains are on autopilot.
Yes. And the research found that one of the biggest culprits is a plain, boring background.
Ah, the dreaded white background, the kiss of death for engagement.
Exactly. Our brains just don't even register them. It's like they blend into the background noise of everything else.
But here's the cool part. When you have an image with a lot going on, different colors, textures, details, suddenly our brains perk up.
It's like that moment when you're driving down the highway and you're surrounded by billboards.
And most of them just blur together.
Exactly. But then, bam, there's one with this giant three-dimensional, maybe even moving thing, and you can't help but stare.
Because your brain is saying, hold on a second, what is that? And that's the reaction we want from our social media posts, right?
Exactly. We want people to slam on the brakes, metaphorically speaking, and actually engage with what we're putting out there. And this research actually backs that up. They used eye tracking technology.
It's wild. They had people browse Facebook, and they were tracking where their eyes went, how long they lingered on certain posts.
All thanks to the magic of science. And the results. Well, you won't be surprised to hear they found a direct link between image complexity and how much attention it got.
The more visually stimulating the image, the longer people looked at it.
Which makes sense. But here's where it gets really wild. You ready for this?
Hit me.
The researchers also found that complex images actually performed even better when they were paired with complex text.
Yeah. It was one of those, wait, really? Moments when I was reading this research? Because usually you hear all this advice about keeping things short and sweet online, right?
Less is more, they say.
Exactly. But this research suggests that sometimes giving your audience a little something more to chew on can be a good thing.
So our brains actually like being challenged. They want to work a little.
It seems that way. Instead of dumbing it down, we should think about stimulating our audience. They're more likely to engage when we give them something interesting to look at and something to think about.
That's fascinating. Okay, so let's talk strategy then. More colors, longer captions, that's the secret formula?
Well, hold your horses. There are a few other nuggets of wisdom from this research that we need to unpack.
Oh, there's more. Lay it on me.
There is. So they actually conducted 4 separate studies for this paper, and another really interesting finding was about the timing of these posts.
Timing. Okay, tell me more about that.
So get this. Complex images actually performed best later in the day.
Oh, wow. So like evening.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's because people are like more mentally checked out after a long day of work or school and just want something stimulating to look at.
That's a really interesting theory. I'm not sure if the researchers looked into the why behind that, but it definitely seems plausible. And there's one more thing about the images themselves that had a big impact.
Okay, what is it? Don't leave me hanging.
The size and placement. Images that were large and dominant in the post, the ones that took up more space, those performed the best.
Interesting. Like they were demanding attention.
Yes, exactly. But, and this is a big but,
Oh.
there was a caveat to all of this.
Oh, a plot twist.
Right. So they found that if you're trying to share a message that's, say, more serious or negative in nature, a simpler image might actually be more effective.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't want to distract from a serious message with something too visually busy or overwhelming.
Exactly. It all comes back to knowing your audience and tailoring your content accordingly.
So it's about finding that sweet spot,
Yeah.
right? That perfect balance of color, complexity, and timing to really grab attention and get your message across.
Nailed it. And the best part is this research gives us concrete, actionable insights that we can use to do just that.
It really makes you think twice about using that same old stock photo with a plain white background, doesn't it?
Right.
So for all of you listening, here's something to ponder as you head out into the world. If color complexity is so powerful for grabbing attention online, could the same be true offline? How might we use this knowledge in other areas of our lives? Designing a website, giving a presentation, even decorating our homes. Something to think about.